Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Bianca if you are new. If not, welcome back. And let's get into the video. Today we are doing my May TBR. I'm real upset about not uploading the video for last month. I did film my April TBR. I had everything in it, from all the books I wanted to read to the magical readathon that I was participating in, and I forgot that I edited it, and all I needed to do was post it. So real disappointed because I spent all that time editing that video and did not get it out. But we're moving on into May. It's getting gorgeous out. The weather's getting better. I finally feel like I'm getting back into my reading stride. So let's get into the books that I hope to pick up this month. The first book is a new release. It came out, was it last month or the month before? Oh my god. I'm sorry, I just saw something I didn't know. Where was I? It came out, I believe it was last month. And I've been so excited for this book. I wanted to pick it up, but I really wanted to complete my prompts for the magical readathon last month, so I put it off as hard as it was. And that book is Wild Love by Elsie Silver. I'm completely thrown because I just opened the front cover and realized that it is signed by Elsie Silver. I didn't know that when I got it. So really excited. I do believe this is a digital signature, but still think it's great because I didn't know I was getting a signed copy. But this is her most recent release. It is the first book in the Rose Hill series, which I believe are geared to being millionaire romances. This does follow Ford Grant, who is the brother of Willa from the second book in the Chestnut Springs series, which was Heartless. Yes, Heartless. So this does follow Willa's brother Ford, who is mentioned a couple times in the Chestnut Springs series. So he is set to open his newest recording studio in Rose Hill, only to end up with his unknown teenage daughter. Oh, she's not a teenager, she's 12. Unknown 12-year-old girl showing up at his door claiming to be his daughter, and it's also a best friend's sister, I believe. So I'm really excited to pick this up. I cannot wait. I'm so excited, and I'm completely blown away and discombobulated that it is signed. So there's that. The next book is the final book in the series, and normally I would just buy it, but I don't have the funds right now, so that's not possible. But as soon as I get them, I'm getting it. I've read the other two books and I've loved them, so I do want to pick up this book and finish it. This is a library copy. It is Against the Darkness by Kendare Blake. This is the third and I believe final book in her Buffy the Vampire Slayer kind of like continuation series. The series follows Willow's daughter Frankie, who after a incident at a Slayer conference ends up being called as the next Slayer, but she is also a witch. So the witch and Slayer halves of her are kind of not meshing well, and she has to take on all of the monsters that are coming back to Sunnydale, or New Sunnydale, because after the events at the end of Buffy, they have created a new Sunnydale. I love this series. It's very nostalgic for me. I grew up loving Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I watched it as a teen and loved it. So this is just, it's so much fun being able to be back in this world. And with these characters, you get to see the characters from the original series. You get Buffy, you get Willow and Oz and Xander and Dawn. And it's so much fun. And Spike. And you also get newer characters. Like there is sibling to one of the potential slayers from the show. It's a lot of fun. So I very much am looking forward to picking this up and finishing this series. And I love this. It's just so nostalgic and fun. So if you do love Buffy the Vampire Slayer, I do recommend at least trying the first book. I had so much fun and I really loved it. So definitely want to read that. And then the next book is also another new release. This is, I believe it's the third book in a connected series. I'm not 100% sure, but this is Just for the Summer by Abby Jimenez. I believe this is connected to the Part of Your World series, so Part of Your World and Yours Truly. Yes, it is the third book in the Part of Your World series. So these are all interconnected. They all have their own stories. So Just for the Summer follows Emma, who believes she's cursed because every guy that she dates ends up finding their soulmate in the next girl that they date after her. And then she discovers on a Reddit thread this guy named Justin who has the same issues with the women he dates. So they decide, let's get together. Maybe the curse will cancel itself out, and when we're done dating each other, the next person we date will be our soulmate. But, you know, it's a romance novel, so they're gonna end up falling for each other. But I love Abby Jimenez's writing. I loved Part of Your World and Yours Truly. They were, I believe, 5-star reads for me, or 4 stars, at least 4 stars. So I very much look forward to this. It's the perfect book for the season. I am sorry if you can hear that. It is the recycling truck outside picking up our recycling. But I am still looking forward to this. I have been looking forward to it since I heard about it. And it is just the perfect book for the season. So cannot wait. Okay, so the next 2 books I have are part of a series, and I read the first book and I loved it, and then I started the first one and I just wasn't getting into it. But then the third book came out and the synopsis for that is just so amazing that I'm like, I have to read it. So now I have to read the second book first. But the second book is 4 Aunties and a Wedding by Jessie Q. Sutanto. This follows Dial A for Aunties, which I read and I loved. I believe I gave it 5 stars. So before I get into that, and the third book is The Good, the Bad, and the Aunties. This is the third book following 4 Aunties and a Wedding. So the series in itself starts with Dial A for Aunties, which follows Meddy and her 3 aunts and her mother. Just so much fun. I had so much fun reading Dial A for Aunties, and I cannot wait to get back into this world because this synopsis sounds so great. As you can see, this one has to do with the wedding. It is Meddy's. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to give away what happened in the first book because it was just so much fun. I had such a great time. This one has everybody going to Jakarta for Chinese New Year, and again, things just boil out of control, and it just sounds amazing. I do not think I'm giving it justice, but let me see if I can find I'm on my iPad because I'm filming on my phone, but I want to find the synopsis I did give Dial A for Aunties 5 stars. Okay, so it says, what happens when you mix one accidental murder with 2,000 wedding guests, and then toss in a possible curse on 3 generations of an immigrant Chinese-Indonesian family? You get 4 meddling Asian aunties coming to the rescue. When Madeline Chan ends up accidentally killing her blind date, her meddlesome mother calls for her even more meddlesome aunties to help get rid of the body. Unfortunately, a dead body proves to be a lot more challenging to dispose of than one might anticipate, especially when it is inadvertently shipped in a cake cooler to the over-the-top billionaire wedding Meddy, her ma, and aunts are working at an island resort on the California coastline. It's the biggest job yet for the family wedding business. Don't leave your big day to chance, leave it to the Chans. And nothing, not even an unsavory corpse, will get in the way of her auntie's perfect buttercream flowers. But things go from inconvenient to downright torturous when Meddy's great college love and biggest heartbreak makes a surprise reappearance amid the wedding chaos. Is it possible to escape murder charges and charm her ex back into her life and pull off a stunning wedding all in one weekend? So that's just the synopsis from the first book. I don't want to give away too much because it is the sequel and the third book in the series, but I had so much fun with the first book that I do want to continue and read the second and third one. Because I love these characters. And these aunties remind me so much of my own aunts that it's ridiculous. But I do want to pick these up this month. And then we have another recent release. Maybe I'll do a video of reading recent releases. If you guys are interested in that, let me know down in the comments down below, because a lot of these books are new releases. So maybe I'll do a new releases vlog, which was another thing. I was struggling so hard in reading last month. I was doing a read for 24 hours video for you guys, and it's taken me over a month to film it because I haven't been reading. But now that I feel like I'm getting back into my love of reading and the swing, and I'm out of my slump, moving out of my slump, I'm hoping to finish that video soon, although it's going to be a little choppy because I did finish the book I was reading for that, even though I didn't film it. And I didn't keep track of how long it took me to read it. But we're moving on. As I was saying, the next book is a new release. This is The Reappearance of Rachel Price by Holly Jackson, who wrote A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, which I loved. Have not finished the trilogy. It is a trilogy, right? Yeah, I have not finished the trilogy, but I did read the prequel, Killjoy, and I really enjoyed that. My hesitation with the next two books in the A Good Girl's Guide to Murder is that I've heard that the series is open-ended. It doesn't really have a conclusion, and I hate that. I need my books to have an ending, and I usually need it to be a happy ending, because if I found out the ending's not happy, I will DNF the book, because I'm not going to waste my time, right? Especially because usually I'm not in the headspace for a sad ending. I really need upbeat, light reads for the most part. And most of my reads do have tough, triggering topics. As long as the ending is happy, I can usually get through it. But all of that to say, I'm real hesitant about picking it up because I don't know if the ending is happy. And as it's open-ended, I don't know if I want to take that on. But all of that aside, I do like Holly Jackson's writing. Like I said, I loved A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, and I loved Killjoy. So I was really interested in the premise of this book, so I did want to pick it up. So this one is about Bea and her family, who have agreed to a true crime documentary following the mysterious disappearance of Bea's mother, Rachel Price, 16 years ago. Oh no, Belle. Her name's Belle, not Bea. Belle was the only witness, and she has no memory of it. She was, I believe, 2 years old at the time. So now all of that is being dragged out into the open, now that the true crime documentary is being filmed. Only for Rachel Price to reappear. So Rachel has an unbelievable story about what happened to her. Unbelievable because Belle isn't sure it's real. If Rachel is lying, then where has she been all this time? And could she be dangerous? With the camera still rolling, Belle must uncover the truth about her mother and find out why Rachel Price really came back from the dead. So this just sounds great. I mean, a mother disappearing for 16 years, thought kidnapped or dead, only to reappear with some wild explanation that doesn't seem logical. So this sounds really good. I'm real interested. So we'll see how that goes. The next book is one that I have been trying to read forever. I don't even think I've started it, so I don't know why I'm struggling. I just haven't had the will to pick it up. But this is The Fine Print by Lauren Asher. I've heard amazing things. This is the first book in the Dreamland Billionaires series, and I've heard amazing things about that series as a whole. So I do want to pick it up. I didn't post my TBR last month, so it was on my TBR, but I didn't get to it. This follows Rowan and Zahara. And Rowan, his grandfather, owned a Disneyland-like theme park, and he has since passed away. And in order to inherit, Rowan and his brothers have to each complete a task that their grandfathers left them in order to inherit their part of the park. I believe that's the gist of the whole thing. I don't know much about it, clearly, but I've heard great things, so I am interested, and I did buy all 3 books, so I gotta read them. So we'll see how this goes. I'm interested. I do think the concept is interesting, with the Disneyland type park and the guys having to complete tasks in order to inherit their part of the park. So I do want to pick this up. Hopefully it will be this month. And this next one I kind of want to pick up, but I don't know if I want to put it on my TBR like firmly, because I have been interested and I have heard great things. And it has been on my most anticipated releases for 2 years because it was supposed to come out last year and then it was pushed off until this year when it finally came out earlier. But I don't know. So this is The Invocations by Krystal Sutherland, who wrote House of Hollow, which I also have but have not read. And I'm just gonna read this. 3 girls, 1 supernatural killer on the loose. So this follows Zara Jones, who believes in magic because not believing magic is too painful to consider, because that means that her sister, who was murdered, is gone forever. So she is focusing on trying to bring her sister back from the dead. Then it also follows Jude Wolfe, who may be the daughter of a billionaire, but she is also undeniably cursed. After a deal with the demon went horribly wrong, her soul has been slowly turning necrotic. It's a miserable existence marred by pain, sickness, and monstrous things that taunt her in the night. Now that she's glimpsed what's beyond the veil, Jude's desperate to find someone to undo the damage she's done to herself. And then we have Emmer Byrne, an orphaned witch with a dark past and a deadly power, aka the solution to both Zara and Jude's problems. Though Emmer lives a hardscrabble life, she gives away her most valuable asset, her invocations, to women in hopeless situations who are willing to sacrifice a piece of their soul in exchange for a scrap of power. Zara and Jude are willing, but they first have to find Emmer. When Emmer's clients start turning up dead all over London, a vital clue leads Zara and Jude right to her. If a serial killer is targeting her clients, Emmer wants to know why, and to stop them. She strikes a tenuous alliance with Zara and Jude to hunt the killer before they are next, even if she can't give them in return what Zara and Jude want most, a sister and a soul. That just sounds really good and interesting. And I love a good girl power moment. I mean, the main characters are 3 women. Or girls. I don't know how old they are. But I still want to read it. Because it just sounds really interesting. And I love a good witchy book. I don't even know what I was saying. But I'm really looking forward to picking this up. And I believe it also has kind of like a sapphic romance. But I don't know that it is a main part of this book. I believe it's just like a tiny subplot. But cover's cool. I'm interested. So these are all the books I want to read. Or hope to get to this month. I definitely know I'm gonna focus on this one and probably this one and this one, because these are library books and I have to get them back. This one I'm not so sure about, but we're going to see. But I'm definitely gonna read this one. There's no doubt about that. But these are all the books. There are 8, and while my reading has gotten better, I'm still struggling a little bit to get the motivation to actually pick up the book, but once I'm in the book, I'm good. So let me know, have you guys read any of these? Do you love it? I've heard great things about Wild Love, so I'm not worried about that one at all. But let me know, are you planning to pick up any of them next month? The books got heavy, that's why I put them down. Are you planning on picking up any of the books next month? Let me know in the comments down below. I love talking to you guys. If you are interested in that reading new releases vlog, let me know, because I will get to work on that. I hope to finish the 24-hour reading for 24 hours vlog soon, and some of these books may actually be on that, as I have to pick up different books because I finished the ones that I was reading for that vlog. But don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great day or night wherever you are, and don't forget to pick up a good book. Bye.